Hey everybody, happy Sunday. Hey, how's it going? And happy Sunday to everybody. How's everybody doing out there? Def Leppard, Steve Clark. Steve Clark of Def Leppard, who celebrated a birthday on Friday. It's now Sunday. Sorry, Steve. Steve Clark passed away in 1991, 30 years old, at the peak of Def Leppard's popularity, for a band that's gone through a lot of stuff, for one of the biggest selling albums, biggest selling bands of all time, which not a lot of people know that. In the millions, oversold, probably the best out of heavier rock, best selling band probably, other than your Led Zeppelins, but out of the 80s group of major bands, including Bon Jovi. I think they sold more than Bon Jovi. Def Leppard, incredible stories, went through tragedy, incredible group of guys who held it together through Steve Clark's death, through Rick Allen's accident. All portrayed very well, by the way. I've mentioned this before on some posts. If you want to watch something cheesy but actually really well done, I don't know if it was HBO or VH1 or one of those big conglomerate companies that made this movie, but it's kind of like a TV movie biopic. I didn't even know it was out there until I was just down a rabbit hole surfing on YouTube and found this documentary of Def Leppard, and really well done. Really well done. I thought it was really well done, but really portrays Steve Clark's journey and some of the terrible things that he had to go through, that led him to substance abuse and of course his death. And just goes to show, you could be at the top of the world with your music and your band and still have some scars from your youth, and the scars came from his parents or his dad. And really good message to people out there. Encourage your kids to do what they have to do, and in this case, it wasn't done, and not a great result. Def Leppard, incredible band. I've seen them probably 4 times. I saw them on the Pyromania tour, which Angela will never forgive me for, because she was a huge Def Leppard fan. Almost didn't go to that show. Because it was funny, because we were into heavier bands like Iron Maiden, Judas Priest. When I say we, just my circle of musician friends and everything else. And then Def Leppard came along, and they were kind of like the girls' heavy metal band. It was lighter music. It was a little on the keyboard side for Pyromania and that kind of thing. So us diehard guys were like, "Oh, what's going on?" But my story is Gary Moore. The great Gary Moore, late great Gary Moore, opened for Def Leppard. It was Def Leppard, it was Gary Moore, Crocus, and Def Leppard. And a lot of people thought Crocus was the more experienced band. And I mean, Crocus is Crocus. They're great for what they do. But Def Leppard was, when they took the stage, it was like, okay, this is the band. Even though they were really young to be headlining, because their album was so huge. My Gary Moore story was, though, let's go grab some tickets for Def Leppard, and just because everybody we knew was going, and we weren't going, and so my friend Brad and I, we grabbed the tickets and we went, and I remember clearly walking into Maple Leaf Gardens off of Carlton Street, walking in, and being a pretty big Gary Moore fan. Hopefully, I never practiced this. I heard this when I walked in. Actually, it sounded more like this. That didn't work at all. Just Gary Moore in his Les Paul and his Marshalls, just shaking the foundations of Maple Leaf Gardens, and that's a song called "Nuclear Attack," which was actually not even on It was released. It was when Gary Moore played with Greg Lake on a tour, and he played that song. And Gary Moore is an incredible singer, and it was like, oh my God, we're missing Nuclear Attack, and we kind of ran up the stairs because we had greens, side stage greens. Oh no, they weren't side stage. They were pretty good seats, but got up there and got up to the seat, heard the whole song all the way up into the gardens, and got to the seat, sat down. Thank you, good night. And we missed the entire Gary Moore set, other than hearing one of my favorite songs by him on the way to the seats. But Def Leppard was killer. We've seen Def Leppard as a family. Tesla always opens for Def Leppard, who's one of my favorite bands of all time. So we've seen Tesla a lot of times. Last time we saw Def Leppard was, I think, 2019 summer at Cops Coliseum, or whatever they call it now. I don't know what it's called now. I don't know. But great band. And one of those bands, like AC/DC, and they toured a little bit with AC/DC in their youth, and they got this real... this one key ingredient is the songs are different live. The anthems are different live. A song like Let's Get Rocked, which I didn't really like that much, is incredible live. Pour Some Sugar on Me, unbelievable live. All the anthemic songs, Rocket. If you go see Def Leppard, and you will be able to see Def Leppard because they're not as old as their contemporaries, because they were like, I think Rick Allen was like 18 or something like that when they were out touring. But they will be back out there once the concerts come back, and that will be a great thing. Yeah, and Steve Clark, just Tesla actually does a tribute to Steve Clark, song called "Song and Emotion." Kind of loosely based on another guy who was a kind of a street musician, but a lot of the lyrics and meaning of that song comes out when you think about Steve Clark, and they were good friends. They toured together a lot, even back in the day after Vivian Campbell ultimately replaced Steve Clark. Yes, he did. Yes, he was the only replacement. Yes. Because Def Leppard's been through a couple of guitar players, but there's a Pete Willis before Phil and Colin. Yeah. Anyway, how are things going? Coffee's cold as usual. Oh yeah, this is my Fender Relic cup, and world's getting better out there. Not where we live, but it will get better. This afternoon we have a very, very another tribute of sorts to someone who passed away this week, Jim Steinman. We're going to be kids. Jim Steinman's big in this family. We saw Bat Out of Hell 4 times, the stage play. It was Jim Steinman's. Basically he took all the music that he wrote with Meatloaf and a few other artists, Air Supply, Celine Dion. And all those songs are joined together in this incredible story. And not just a story, a science fiction type story, a futuristic thing, Lost Boys kind of thing, but really about relationships and how the parents interacted and how the kids reacted to the parents and all that kind of stuff. All in one huge story with all the songs that Jim Steinman wrote. And emotionally huge for my kids, because I think it was they saw it in a time where they're just developing as musicians and artists themselves, and really caught that emotion. And you hear that in my kids' music, and I hear it because there's this little emotional edge that you hear when Kaylee and Jacob sing their own songs, and it's amazing. And I'm not just saying that, but I think some of you have heard some of their songs and might agree with me. Anyhow, have a great one. It's a long rehabilitation that we're going through, isn't it? And it's long and it's frustrating and it's just like life. So get used to it, people, and we will get through everything. And rest in peace, Mr. Steve Clark. Take it easy, guys. Have a great Sunday. Bye bye.